Yo, so how's it going guys? Welcome back to another Red Dead Redemption 2 video. So in this video I'm going to be discussing a recent Reddit post that someone made called Red Dead Online, what we know so far. And in this post, this user basically describes every single thing that we know so far that will be included in Red Dead Online. And this basically comes from leaks, developer interviews, achievements, game files and more. And there is quite a fair few features that we do know about already. So first things first, one thing we definitely know for sure is that as soon as we launch Red Dead Online or our character for the first time, just like GTA 5 Online, we will be breaking out of a prison. And we also do know that during this prison introductory mission, it's going to be somewhat of a tutorial. So basically probably explaining to you guys where you're going to be storing items, how you guys can save the game, and just operate in the online world. Now quite a while back I did speak about role playing quite a bit and how I think it is going to have quite an influence on Red Dead 2, when apparently harmony is going to play a massive factor in Red Dead Online. As I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware, over the last few years, little small sections of the GTA 5 community have completely broken away for the pure fact that they can't handle getting griefed. As funny as it sounds, this really did annoy certain players when they would jump online and just keep on getting killed to the point where they completely gave up the game. So I'm almost 100% confident that we are going to see less griefing in Red Dead Online than we are with GTA Online, which I think a lot of you guys will probably enjoy. Now speaking about griefing, in Red Dead Online, another feature that we do know about is that if you are killed consistently by one player, you will then have the option to inform the law, which will then lead on to that player who is griefing you receiving a bounty, which I think is an awesome feature, especially like I said for players who are just going to be dedicated to griefing players. This really isn't a thing specific to GTA 5 Online. Any free roam open world, they're just always going to get them characters that just prefer to play the game in that way, come online and just try and ruin your day by just killing you over and over again. So it looks like Rockstar Games have put somewhat of like a prevention tool in the game already to prevent players getting annoyed and just quitting Red Dead Online before the first update. Now according to developers of Red Dead, the game is going to be less grindy than GTA 5 Online, however it's going to be more grindy than Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode, which of course just makes perfect sense. Rockstar Games know that GTA 5 Online obviously is based in a modern world, so it's going to feel like a bit more of a grind. You have much more options, much more vehicles, boats, cars, airplanes, motorbikes, and even more recently, flying cars and motorbikes, whereas Red Dead Online is clearly more about the experience of a player. And I also think that, of course, microtransactions and the whole online world was very new with free roam games when GTA 5 Online was first released, so Rockstar Games were almost trying to find their feet on what is the best way to actually implement it, and they probably did see that certain aspects of GTA 5 Online became much more of a grind than other games. So I do reckon that Red Dead Online is going to find that perfect balance of still grinding for money but not really feel like you guys are grinding consistently. And the reason I say that is because no one in the world right now knows how the money grind is going to be in Red Dead Redemption, whether it's going to be robbing, stealing horses, robbing banks and trains, doing heists, or even role playing like I've mentioned in GTA 5 Online over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Just being able to actually partake in a job in the online world. So maybe you guys can decide to become a lawman or a farmer, very similar to how we could do small jobs in the single player. It would make sense for us to receive a wage and make the whole online world feel much more realistic if we could partake in jobs. So it'll be very interesting to see. Now also according to this Reddit post, event weeks are going to pay heavily and also lead to unique player on player encounters. So the first part of that is definitely 100% going to be true, the fact that event weeks will pay heavily. Me personally, someone that posts a lot of GTA 5 content, I've seen how Rockstar Games have operated in the last few years and how they've changed from when they first launched GTA 5 Online. They have put a ton of emphasis on these event weeks, and if you guys are able to make the most out of them, they really are the best, whether it be for grinding money or unlocking like unique and rare items. So it would make sense for Rockstar Games to kind of continue that trend of updating new event weeks every week just to keep the community community involved and always playing the game. Now the second part of that sentence, lead to unique player interactions. This is definitely something that I think Rockstar Games thought about with GTA 5 Online, the way that they had the content with like joint celebrations, so you'd be able to interact with each other in online, whether it just be basic like shaking a hand, hugging a player, or even having a 1v1 duel, or playing a mini game like a game of poker. No one really knows as of right now, so it's very much going to be part of how Rockstar Games do roll this out and implement it, but it's definitely something I'm looking forward to, because realistically nothing beats interacting with other players online when you're playing games. But personally, this is something that I'm going to be looking forward to a lot, especially with multiplayer games. Just interacting with other players in unique ways is part of the experience, and you can tell with Red Dead being such a massive open world, there really is going to be some insane unique opportunities. Now, something else that has been discussed is how the lasso is going to work. Of course, the lasso where you guys can throw around another player, hog tie them, could clearly be used as a griefing tool, very similar to how the stun gun could be in GTA 5 Online. So that's why Rockstar Games did take the decision to cut that weapon completely out of multiplayer, besides it being readily available in single player. So personally, I think Rockstar Games are more than likely going to keep the lasso in online, but at the same time make some major changes to it, because obviously a lot of players are just going to be using it to troll other players, hog tie them, leave them there, put them on their horse and just take them for a journey for hours around the map, and you guys will be stuck. So a solution I think Rockstar Games could explore is maybe like a countdown, so you could only keep someone hog-tied for like a certain period of time, so like maybe 30 seconds or to a minute, or just not let it be used on other online players, because obviously we do know that you can hunt in online as well, so taking your lasso out of that aspect of hunting really will change your experience. So it will be interesting to see what they exactly do with the lasso. If you guys do have any ideas, leave a comment down below. Now also, developers have gone ahead and said clearly, obviously Red Dead Online is going to be a massive improvement to GTA 5 Online, and they also did say that Red Dead Online will be much more consumer friendly than GTA 5 Online. Now of course it is going to be quite hard to say exactly what that is as of right now, as Red Dead Online hasn't been launched, but of course I think that just basically means that Red Dead Online will be much more cheaper than GTA 5 Online. Of course, it is a well-known thing that the price is massively inflated on GTA 5 Online due to modified money and modded accounts, so Rockstar Games couldn't really keep a hold on it, so they just spiked the prices all the way up to almost try and find a level balance field, which does make you ask the question, was that the main reason that Rockstar Games decided not to launch Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC just yet, similar to how GTA 5 was launched on the old gen consoles, which of course could be modded and you could transfer modded accounts through that way? Maybe Rockstar Games took the executive decision to cut the game completely to make sure that they are actually making some money from their microtransactions in Red Dead Online. Will be interesting to see. Now, some other features that have been confirmed. One is the player lobby size. It will be 32 players, which I'm not gonna lie boys, really shocked me. That is the same level of GTA 5 Online, and look how massive the map on Red Dead Redemption 2 is, which really did let me down, I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully they can extend this in the future, they most likely will. I think this is mainly just to look after themselves with the server quality rates when the game does launch. Me personally, I remember when GTA Online launched like it was yesterday, the servers were a complete madness. I'm pretty sure some people averaged getting online took about an hour and a half. It really was a massive mess, whereas I think Rockstar Games know if they put the servers at 32 players, they could easily balance that out and at the same time maintain the world to feel as realistic as possible. And also, as I did touch upon in a previous video, there has been a lot of leaks or rumors that Rockstar Games will be introducing their own similar battle royale style game mode to online, which personally I can see them doing because it only makes sense, but it won't be the whole basis of online. I think a lot of people are getting confused, thinking you just jump into Red Dead Online and you got to survive and run to a circle. No, I think it's going to be like a side event, similar to how Rockstar Games done with GTA 5 Online. I think it was King of the Hill and a few others, where you had to make your way to a location and it would shrink, and then a care package would get dropped with like some sort of rare item, a beer cap, some money and a minigun. They're more than likely going to do a similar thing with Red Dead Redemption, and it only makes sense for them to do so because the map is so goddamn massive. If they're doing a battle royale in like Mexico, Guam, or Saint Denis, and you're all the way on the other side of the map in the snowy mountains during Valentine, it really isn't going to affect you. So I've seen a lot of people in the community overreacting with this news, when in reality it's more than likely just going to be a fun game mode that you can decide to take part in whether you guys want to or not, and not the main objective of playing online. Now, another reason why I think we're only going to be receiving 32 player lobbies is because of course all animal and fish from single player will be online. So of course if they was to do massive lobbies with like 70-80 players, this will probably have a massive effect on the wildlife in Red Dead Online, which I think is going to have a massive part, especially with like future updates. You can definitely see Rockstar Games releasing like new animals into the world, or new fish for you to go and hunt, and that is something that I will personally be looking forward to a lot. Now of course there is no mention of like horses permanently dying like what happens in single player. I highly doubt this will be the case, because like Rockstar Games have learned with GTA 5 Online, exactly how many times do you guys think that you've had to crawl up an insured vehicle that got destroyed? It's probably in the thousands, right? So it's more than likely going to happen with your horse. If you guys end up getting into a gun battle online, it's going to be very easy for a player to kill you and your horse at the same time. So it wouldn't make sense for Rockstar Games to say, alright, your horse is dead, you have to go ahead and buy a completely new horse and upgrade it and everything. It's more than likely going to work out very similar to GTA 5 Online, where we have some sort of insurance policy, and the horse will probably reappear at a local stable after a short period of time. Now, as far as stuff that we haven't got no information on as of yet, we haven't got no information on our character's heritage, how the beards, hairstyles, outfits are going to work, or even how the mini games or side games are going to work, like poker, blackjack, or even dominoes. I personally think Rockstar Games would be very dumb not to include these side games in online, as they are a great way to pass the time, especially if there is going to be like a countdown period or countdown timer in between doing certain things like robbing banks. This would be a great way to like kill the time with your friends or with your crew, and maybe just stake a little bit of money. Me personally, I think this is what Rockstar Games' main concern would be, is probably whether or not that you can make money by playing these mini games, because obviously that will lead to a lot of exploits and players just letting other players win games so they can give them money, which we all know Rockstar Games is not a fan of. There's also no information on whether or not the honor system is going to play a part in online. Me personally, I could see how it would play a part, because you can tell whether a player, just like a KD, just like on GTA 5, it shows if a player's dirty or clean. This will probably be a good way to tell if a player's trustworthy or not, that he's going to split the cut with you, or he's worth going on a hunt with, because he might just put a bullet in your head and take all the meat for himself. All these little factors could play a massive part in the online world, and we also have no information as of right now on whether or not there's going to be any bad sport lobbies, free aim lobbies, or how the trading is going to work, which should be very interesting if we could trade with other players, or could we only sell our goods to a fence. And there's also no information on voice chat, which a lot of you guys are going to be confused about, especially if you didn't play Red Dead Redemption 1 online. Now, voice chat in GTA 5 Online, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware, is global for the lobby. So I could be all the way on top of Mount Chiliad, and my friend could be all the way at Los Santos Airport, and we could have a normal conversation through the mics in the lobby. Whereas in Red Dead Redemption 1, it was proximity based, so you guys had to be in a certain proximity to another player in order for them to hear you, which me personally, I thought was a great idea, especially with a game like Red Dead Redemption where the map is so goddamn big. You guys can imagine you're just cruising by like a little random bar or area, and you can earwig on another player's conversation and they will have no idea that you're there or listening to them, which me personally, I think would be a great idea, especially for worlds like Red Dead Redemption 2, where you're probably going to get a ton of people speaking at the same time, so you can't really get no clarification in one lobby. Whereas if you're in there with a couple friends, you can all head off to a certain location, plan your move, and then head back to the other location, and other guys will have no idea what you've just planned. So I think it just opens up much more potential for like online interactions and the whole role play, and it just makes it feel much more realistic. So you could just imagine in real life, if someone was like playing a guitar through their microphone, they could head over to a saloon and do that. It wouldn't be distracting the entire lobby, but in fact, if you guys wanted to listen to some real life music through your headset, you can go to a certain bar and actually hear the guy play it through his mic, which would probably feel incredibly strange, but at the same time feel very unique. So do be sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the description. What you make of these features, what are you guys looking forward to the most, and also if you guys could add anything into online that hasn't been mentioned in the video, what would it be? I'm very interested to see. Nonetheless, that's going to do it for me, guys. Just a quick video just discussing all of the features that we know about so far that's going to be part of the online world. If you guys are still watching to this point, then it's more than likely you have enjoyed the video, so all I ask is you do return the favor by dropping a like down below, and if you guys are new around here, feel free to subscribe as I do post daily GTA 5 and Red Dead 2 videos. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.